Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about 3 reasons I think some of you are failing at reselling phones or just having trouble actually finding phones and reselling them on either eBay or your local marketplace, and you're just not getting the numbers that you want. So with that said, let's get into the video. So the first reason I believe a lot of you just aren't finding the numbers or just not finding enough phones is you're simply not putting out enough ads. And you have to have the mentality that you're not going out to look for phones, but you have to put out as many ads as you can to have people come to you. You have to put them out on all different platforms if you can. And obviously you and me are both working on how to perfect the ads and not have them taken down, because policies are always changing. So it's difficult, but it's all about A/B testing. You have to see what works and you have to see what doesn't work, and you can't be afraid to fail in this industry. But again, you just simply have to put out as many ads as you can. For Craigslist, obviously they don't really have any limit. I haven't really reached a limit or any restrictions on there. Some of my ads get taken down, but again, it's just a numbers game. You have to put it out there. But with a platform like Facebook Marketplace, you obviously have to be a lot more careful. But if you follow the tips that I give in my videos in terms of putting emojis in the title, putting certain pictures without text on them, having in the description message for quotes, and putting the appropriate price, and only putting that ad out maybe once every other day, once a week or something like that, but very seldomly, those certain ads will get you traction and will have traction for the next 3, 4, 5 days, with a point where you shouldn't be afraid to post another ad after. So obviously, again, if you've watched my videos, you know certain platforms have certain policies, but you really can't be scared about them. I mean, if you get blocked, you get blocked. It's a part of business. But if you watch my videos, you shouldn't have these troubles of actually going out and getting banned on any platforms, as long as you're taking certain precautions. But put out as many ads as you can. That's the only way. Again, you can go out and look for phones if you really want to, and sometimes I'll do that if the market's slow. And you can't really control the market. That's the hard part. Obviously, there's thousands of millions of phones out there all the time being sold on the secondary market, I guess you could call it. But you just really have to put your face in front of the people with the phones. And a lot of people have phones lying around, and if they don't see something that says, I will buy them, they're never really going to go out and take the time to sell them. So you really just have to be the first person in front of somebody. A lot of people don't even think about selling their phones. They'll either give them back to AT&T, get $50 for it, or we can buy it for $200, and obviously we're going to still make a profit on that, obviously based on the phone. But again, put out as many ads as you can. So the second point, something that I think is probably the most relevant to those of you watching, and something I've gotten the most complaints about, is simply not having the money to go and buy and resell phones. And if you haven't watched my video, I have basically this strategy where I say, go out, if you're a beginner, go buy an iPhone 6. It can be for $60, it could be for $200. You just have to look at your local marketplace. And all this starts out with only selling on your local marketplace. Don't be reselling on eBay. Only sell certain types of phones in the beginning on eBay, just to get your limits up. But the $60 strategy is basically go out and find an iPhone 6, go sell it for $120, buy a 6 Plus, buy it for $200, sell it for $300. You just have to exponentially grow with the model of the phone. So start with older phones and grow up to a bigger phone. You'll get more comfortable that way. You'll have experience, and by the time you get up to iPhone X's and stuff like that, you'll have enough capital to actually go and buy multiple phones at once. So, but again, if you don't have $60, I think most of you do. I mean, you shouldn't. I think the biggest thing that I've realized is a lot of you will say that you don't have the money, but in reality you do. It's just the fact of you're scared to go out and have this risk of losing money or getting scammed. And you got to really have the mentality in this business. I was exactly at your guys' point. If you're scared, if you're relevant to what I'm talking about, where you just don't want to get scammed, that's the really only way you're going to learn in this industry. And obviously I created this YouTube channel to help you guys avoid as many of those scams as possible. But obviously I'm still getting scammed, not as even close as much as I possibly could. But with that said, I see it as a learning experience. Yeah, I put out $300 on an iPhone 7 and then it turned blacklisted. But with that said, you still have an iPhone 7 if you're in your hand. Even if it goes bad, you still have some asset to go and sell, because any type of phone will be sold on eBay. So again, if you were planning on selling on the local marketplace and it turns out something wrong with it, go sell it on eBay. You're still going to get some of your money back, or sometimes I've even bought phones that turn bad and I still make a profit off of them, simply because I bought them low enough to a price where it was even lower than what they would sell at that bad price, and I didn't even expect it. So obviously I didn't make as much profit I was looking for, but That's just obviously a best case scenario. But you just really have to pull the trigger in this industry. A lot of you have come to me and say, should I buy this phone? And I'll be honest with you guys, I've given you enough information on this channel to be comfortable with it. And it's just really up to you. You have to have that self-confidence. Don't worry about getting scammed. If you want to get into this business, you're going to make mistakes. I've made every mistake in the book. You guys have to realize that, but I think that's why I'm at the point where I'm at, making $8,000 plus every single month doing this. So again, just really pull the trigger. Don't worry about it. Again, I'm here to answer your questions, so don't ever be afraid. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm not bashing you for asking some questions, because I don't believe there's such thing as a dumb question, because obviously we're all here to learn and make some extra money. So again, pull the trigger. You just have to have faith in yourself. If I can do it, you can do it. No matter the age, no matter the circumstances, just go give it a try. Like there's ups and downs to it, but again, if you buy a phone and it turns bad, you're still going to make some money off of it. It's not just going to turn into $0. And the third reason, again, a pretty relevant point, and it's something that I've had trouble with in the past, and obviously I'm still working on it, but I've gotten a lot better, is actually getting people to accept your prices. And this is similar to putting out ads, but it's truly a number game. These 2 points, putting out ads and getting people to accept your prices, are pretty evenly correlated in the fact that if you're going to put out as many ads as you can, if you keep putting them out, you're going to have more people and more people. If 1 out of 10 person accepts your ads, if you put 10 ads out, 10 people are going to be selling your phones and should be willing to. It's just a numbers game. And that's what I mean when I say they're correlated, is it's truly just a numbers game. You have to go out there. People will come back, and obviously if they don't accept now, there's going to be people that come back in a month, 2 months, 6 months and ask if you still want that phone. And obviously you might have to change your price because of depreciation, but you really just have to put as many ads out there, because with that said, more people will come to you. The more people will turn you down, but with that said, more people will be accepting your offers. And again, there's the aspect of negotiating. You just have to get good at it. You'll learn it as you kind of go. And I've released a video on how to negotiate, but a lot of it is just kind of self-taught, and you learn from your mistakes. I've said things that I shouldn't have said in a message that have ruined deals for me, but I'm never going to make that same mistake twice. And that's pretty much the preface of this video, is simply don't be afraid to make mistakes in this industry. I think that's why a lot of you are not necessarily failing at this, but just aren't seeing the results that you have, or just not willing to pull the trigger. Is you can't be afraid to make mistakes, because that is truly how you become successful in any business. No business is started just perfectly and you're not going to make any mistakes in it. That's truly how you grow your business. And it pretty much applies to any certain kind of industry, especially phone flipping. You just have to be willing to pull the trigger and go make some money. And I'm here to answer your questions. If you're in that phone flipping Facebook group, put a question out there. I guarantee people will start to answer them. I have about 30 people in the group now, so a bunch of people should be responding to you. That's why I created the group. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Again, if you're not in that phone flipping Facebook group, I do have that link down below. And I'll see you tomorrow in the next video.